Okay, let's just get it rolling. Okay, let's start the first back-to-back, the Gauntlet. Beedrill, Lilligant, Infernape, Prim, Walrein, Urshifu. Where's Urshifu? There's Urshifu. Another day, another team I... Let's see, go grab a Thunder Punch on Urshifu. So, just put Walrein in the box now for a fly guy, so you go fly over to the thingy. Where's the thingy? Here, make sure I have the proper choice item. That's specs, I need Scarf. And Thunder Punch Urshifu. Let's start off with, yeah. Let's say Crobat. Oh wait, Crobat's not on the team. Let's go grab, who is it? Walrein. Life Orb. Choice Scarf. Beedrillite. Let's see. P-Jab, U-Turn, Drill Run, yup. Leaf Storm, yup. Fake Out, Overheat, CC. Let's go T-Punch on Ape. Or Aerial-Ace. Ape should never need to come out in that. Prim. Yeah, that set's fine. Walrein. Don't need anything else actually on Walrein. Yeah, this is good. Make sure I have enough heals. Actually, I don't need heals. It's a gym. Cool. So let's make sure, yeah, slot 1 is Beezus, and then... Okay, Ape is baiting slot 1. Yeah, correct. Awesome. Okay, slot 1 should... The right side should be Inteleon if it's not, I'm closing it. Okay, cool. U-turn the Serena. Leaf Storm the Inteleon. One sec, let me actually put this shit in the... Just make sure U-turn kills. It does 113%. Cool. Dead. U-turn into Ape. Ape shows kill to everything on that slots on that slot, so it should just go Kanga. And Kanga sees Fake Out, and Toxicroak sees Gunk Shot kill into that. But however, fake out this into Beedrill. I needed this life orb specifically so I could hit the range with fake out, like life orb fake out, doing 51 into Beezus, drill run 232. Yeah, that works. Cool. And then Beezus in on. Nothing sees kill here, so it should just be except for that. So that's good. And then CC this and drill run that. Okay, that. Ape is dead to exclusively Muddy Water. Actually, hold on. Okay, Muddy Water crit does not kill Beezus here as a singles calc, because this could click singles. This is to Lilligant and Poison Jab this. It's always Muddy Water. That's annoying. Wait. Okay, the bug is weird. I don't know how that bug works. Okay, the important thing is I think that Beezus didn't get dropped. Okay, so Magical Leaf and a U-turn. Oh, awesome, cool. Cool. Okay, that's... Okay, now it's time for Beauty Bridget. Beezus, lead, Walrein, Citrus Berry. Infinite Choice Scarf. Lilligant at whatever, so just Citrus Berry. Citrus Berry Prim. And Urshifu Lumberry. And let me just heal everyone just in case, because Poison Jab. That should super die. This is random move, so I go Walrein. It's fast kill and random 3 moves, which is kind of crazy. I guess it is life orbed. Okay, clicks that move. It's going to be Iron Head or Stealth Rocks here. So Ape. Cool. And then incoming here is Floatzel because it's the only thing, because it sees kill and it's everything else in the back is slower than Scarf Ape, and Greninja is dead. So let's overheat. Floatzel, this is clicking Hydro Pump, which is perfect. This. Hail chips that once. I flip turn. Go into Beedrill. Let's make sure something. U-turn is 230 damage, and then 2x hail chips are 17 each, so 34, so it's 264 damage, which means Prim just has to do 18 damage. With flip turn, it does 37. And then here, U-turn, and close combat. Oh, it's supposed to surging strikes there. Oh, shit. Okay, it's low kick Blizzy here. That was stupid. I was not looking at my plan. I was like, oh yeah, just click the superfecta move. Fucking idiot me. Let's see, water. Let's say poison. Nothing. Close combat does 126, puts at 131. Hail does 16, puts at 115. Aquajet does 84. I do not kill with Aquajet. And low kick crit is 274. I am super dead to low kick crit. How about if I just pivot Prim real quick? $99 with that. I could go... How about going Ape? If it curses on Ape... Okay, I don't kill if it curses. I just say Urshifu -1, -1. That was a stupid mistake. I could have easily avoided 183. And then I'm fine if I just stay in here and I don't get crit. It is +6 or +7 on T spikes, which is 75, 60. 70% chance to click spikes, pretty much. I don't want to risk that still. Ape switches in fine here, right? So if I go Ape, Poison, and it clicks that move. Okay, Ape taking a low kick does 195 with crit. So I would just die if it clicked low kick and I took like spikes or whatever. That's not good. How about Beezus? Oh wait, there's rocks up. Beezus dies straight up to Blizzy, right? Yeah, Blizzy just straight up kills me, which it can click. This is a bit of a pickle. Good luck. I Aquajet here, in case I get the crit and I get bailed out. Okay, W. That's fine. That's completely free if I just click Surging Strikes there. Okay, Lady Daphne is next. This one wasn't bad, right? Let's say Beezus. Urshifu is still here. Greninja. Yeah. It's actually that lead. Drapion. Ursaluna. Thundy. And Thundy's just backup. Actually, in that case, instead of bringing Thundy, I should bring a Shitter. You're up, Kecleon. Actually, I should bring a Flying Shitter. That also doesn't get Fly. This guy isn't really that good, honestly. Poison Jab on Drapion. Let's see. Avalanche, so I need to go to Shoal Cave real quick. King's Rock. Choice Scarf. Pedialyte. No item. Citrus. And just whatever on you. Decisions. What doubles this can I click that move left? Maybe there's something on Juan, I don't know. Is Earthquake, do I really need Earthquake? Of course I have to make a move decision. Like, Double Edge is good for showing kills. It's not Dej. It's either like realistically, what am I clicking ground move into? Like on a double. Maybe this Swalot. Like that's one of that actually looks pretty relevant. Like that's the easiest way to kill that. Same with this Sneasler, right? I mean like I died to that Sneasler, I think. There's like this Toxicroak and Arcanine, I would assume. Like surely that Metagross dies to. Oh, it doesn't die to either, huh? Unless you're Life Orb. Let's see. Maybe. Look at singles guys where I could potentially click high horsepower. I'm sure that like that that Doug trio just dies to both, right? Yeah. You're super dead. Magnezone probably just died. Well, it's a Magnezone. It's on an air. It's on a balloon, so doesn't matter. Beezus probably dies to something there, right? Yeah, you're. It doesn't matter there. This Tyranitar, Soft Sand. Okay, that gets the kill. Also, high horsepower is better for that directly. What that guy, the Amphi, high horsepower kills that, and it's in grassy terrain, so it wouldn't kill anyways. Also, this Amphi is just faster than my Luna, so I mean, like I'm not killing without a boosting move. Also, yeah, Focus Blast is threat. Yeah, this kills me anyways. Yeah, I can always TM back EQ. That's okay. Back to reality. Why'd I just try and fly on my Ursaluna? Let's see, this should be good, right? Avalanche. Fling Dark Pulse. This guy. Alright, cool. This is Cyfang's SD. This is Grass Knot. This is Psychic. And I need to P-Jab here. And then this is Liquidation Swords and Samurott. This is Sacred Sword. This thing. This fight. Okay. This is what I really want to wait until... Aggron. Urshifu. Altaria. Golisopod. Crawdont. Crawdont is back up here. Jaboka. Iron Ball. Yeah. Lepa Berry. Choice Band I'll need to go grab. And this is Citrus Berry, right? Yeah, Citrus Berry. Agronite. Let's see. Grab moves on guy. Let's see. Go grab Brick Break for Urshifu. And then Rock Tomb on Oh, I need to go restock my rock tombs. On Agron. Over Icy Wind, for sure. And then, yeah, Ghost Pod already has it, so let me go restock it. Fuck you. Okay. Bethany. Actually put Ursuluna that I've... That's Bethany, right? I assume it's the Pokefan Sprite, and the other one's Last Chrissy. Let me just look at what this looks like. Okay, there's no trainers on this ice. So, drop a Draco. This should always be Overquill. Perfect, this is Gunk Shot. Rock Tomb twice. If I get Liquid dropped here, I have to switch into Hydrate and back in. Okay. Okay. Great, that's wonderful. Now I have to CC here. This is Seismitoad. This is Power Whip. Or Earth Power, I believe. Let's see, Earth Power is 256. Okay, it can be both. Okay. One Power Whip. Let me actually grab a writing implement. One sec. Okay. What I could do now is just stall this out of all of its... I'm actually at an HP where I could just click Facade here. I have to click Facade like 5 times. One Weather Ball. Two Weather Ball. Have to roost here again. 3 Weather Ball. 4 Weather Ball. 5 weather ball. 6 weather ball. 7 weather ball. 8 weather ball. 9 weather ball. And 10 weather ball. It's out of weather balls. Kind of want to just test it here by just roosting again. Okay, cool, because I can do this without punish. 1 sludge bomb. And then 2 sludge bombs. 2 earth powers. Or 1 earth power. 1, 2, 1, 2. That's 2 of each. 4 sludge bombs, 3 earth powers. 2, 3, 4. So 6 sludge bombs, 5 earth powers. That's 8 sludge bombs. That's 9 sludge bombs. 9 earth powers. That's out of sludge bombs here. Or, no, this is... Let's roost once facade real quick. Okay, it's out. I've clicked that 5 times, so I could go here. It's earth power. Now, U-turn. Into Aggron. Back in U. U-turn. Into Golisopod. Bye-bye. Copraja. This is rocks or slide. Please click rocks here because it's just free. I don't need to worry about... And just double check this range. Let's say Urshifu. 216. If it clicks rock slide here, I have to sack Crawdon and a Jaboka Berry. Nice. Crawdon gets to live. Brick Break. And you're dead. And just Politoed and Feraligatr in the back. And guess what? You're also dead. And this cannot kill me. It cannot Dragon Dance. W. This trainer. Just save. Flygon, Oko, Pinkerchin. Yep, with EQ. Okay. Infernape. I have a Formon line written down. Hydre. And Electrode. Go grab choice. Let's say Flygon, Life Orb, Bait, Silvally, Ice Beam, yep, Fast Kill. Let's say, yeah, so Ape and Overheat. So Ice Beam only does 68, puts you at 199. And you always kill with exactly Overheat. And Electric Terrain's up, so you're baiting guaranteed rising voltage from Alolachu. And then you go into Flygon, you U-turn with Life Orb, do 195, you put it at 40 health, and then Ape Fake Out does 48, and you killed that. And you bait, since you're at any health below 100, you're baiting exactly Psychic Slowking Galar, because you show kill to Hydre. And then, so you go Hydre, you two-shot that with Dark Pulse, and then because you show kill fast kill to Hydre, you go, okay, yeah. I'm just running through the plan. Go grab Choice Specs. Let's see, Life Orb. Aspair. Rost. And Choice Specs on you, which I will go grab. We'll just double check a range. Yeah, Choice Specs. Exactly kills that. Awesome. Let's make sure this isn't a gauntlet. Correct, cool. Lorb, kill. Ape, yes. Ape, yes. Okay, defense boost doesn't matter. Like, I can get away with clicking U-turn here. This is always clicking Aura Sphere. And Electrode eats that. Okay, now I actually have to plan this back to back. I've got concepts of a plan, but it's a back to back, so you can see that what I was working with is not good. Let's look at the second turn, because okay, one thing I did see was Scarf Urshifu, Flygon. Bring those two. Because if you can get, like, and Beedrill lead looks really good. And then you would leech, you would leech life this. You bait this. Thing is, and then you want to kill this with Urshifu at Scarf Urshifu out, because then with as much HP possible, because you want to bait Thunderbolt, you go into relatively healthy Flygon, you'd bait Weather Ball back, and then you click Scarf Close Combat 3 times because it's once everything else is dead. That's the one thing I saw. But then you need something to kill this, or something else to bait Thunderbolt slash kill this. Has to be exactly Thunderbolt, because if you get crit by Focus Blast, you could be bait. Like, Thundy would bait. If you crit U-turn, you could, like, go hard Urshifu. And then, like, if you don't crit, you could go Thundy. But unfortunately, I would need to scale Volt Switch to kill this. Because U-turn does 174, puts it at 80. And then so my U-turners, I could go this, but U-turn does not kill this, even with a Life Orb boost. And I need the other choice item for the other guy. There is like, no, Crobat U-turn does even less. Oh, take Electric Terrain off. So it's like this guy. There's also who else gets pivot move in my box? I could do at least 80 with. No. If there was also a way to bait stored power, that could work. Potentially. Like, just go stored power back into Beezus. Shark almost just straight up doesn't work, actually. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna give that guy any flowers. Who else am I Volt I mean, it's probably just Electrode. You take a lot, and then you're like, but then you do Volt Switch out, and you can go back into Urshifu, and then you'd win. So you need how much health on Trode to not die to Hail Chip plus Air Slash crit? So 154, and then that's 14, so 168. 169 on Shifu. So Shifu needs to both be out of Focus Blast range. So one Hail Chip on the first switch, and you go back into Flygon, and then back into Urshifu. That's 2 Hail Chips, and then a Weather Ball. And then 3 Hail Chips when you kill it, 4 Hail Chips when you kill Walrein. And then that's all. So because then this dies and the battle ends. 4 hail chips is each one's 19, so 76, and 90, so 166, 167 HP on Urshifu, which works because 90, which still puts you out of range of Focus Blast after a hail chip, which would be 164, and then yeah, Flygon needs to switch on T-Bolt, take a hail chip, and then be able to, and then not bait Focus Blast. I can, like, I mean, you could switch on Focus Blast as long as you're full HP, right? Or Flygon in blast range, and Shifu at, what does Shifu need to be at least at? Let's see, 217 puts you at 83, 94, and then 1976, 18, right? So that's 294. At 294 or more on Sheaf, which is basically means you have to be at full HP. And then, let's see, what does Flygon need to be at? 104 plus, and then 17, right? 122. And then, let's see, that, so Shifu Choice Scarf. So really, it's like, or like the alternative plan is just Flygon at like 19 HP, full 18. Let's see. If I could find a line without using Scarf Sheaf on the previous stringer, that probably works. So you're leading this guy. It's guaranteed. It's clicking a move. It's 75 Stone Edge, 25 Liquidation because it's faster and it sees kill. So you could U-turn, force the move, or like you could U-turn and force Weak Armor, but break Sash, which is a decent amount of momentum. Don't get me wrong. Good chance you're letting rocks up, and on this if you click U-turn, because your Scarf is on Urshifu and not on like Electrode. What does Trode need to be? If it has Citrus, 155. Okay, cool. So let's say I do U-turn. 138 puts it 95 and -1 +2. So looking at the options to take a hit, like liquidation, let's say liquidation 72 into 126 would be 198, would put you at 43, which is kind of a lot if you did just take like a million from that. You could, and you could go like brick break, like or even and then like kill, and then you're slow kill this guy. You're guaranteeing a slow kill, but the problem with Komo is that it could just never click a move into you, and then Gothitelle just comes in and fucks your shit up. So you might want to go Shed Shell on Komo if that's the case. And like if you're, let's say you could be Komo, it doesn't really matter what you click because like you could just be dead to literally everything. Yeah, worst case, I mean, unless you're Citrus Berry, but you can't be Citrus Berry because you need to be Shed Shell on this. And so you bait random move a Celigore if does anything see a kill before that? Whiscash does. Unless only if you get dropped though. If you don't get dropped, it's a Celigore, which sees it takes 79, whatever. What's the out damage threshold on Whiscash? 88 over 0.65. 135. Which is actually its own verifiably, and like if I'm at -1, it could even wait. Could I even be like -2? Yeah, theoretically. No hail right now. Oh, that wouldn't work. Like crit, just crit would fuck you up. Crit drop. I could just sack. I want to sack Shark on Juan. So one thing I did see was like you'd go Flygon, you'd bait Liquid. So I guess this Flygon. So you take a Liquid, 177 puts you at 95, and then you'd Citrus up for. Like you could go that and then. So actually, wait, you can do that and then you're Silver Powder, right? Let's try Silver Powder Fimp, right? I think that kills. Yes, it does. So you're just doing the Shifu cannot switch in at all fight type, which is fine, I think. So what is Flygon baiting? So it could be anywhere between full and like 95 HP, I think I said. 95 HP with -1 defense, right? Yeah. So the range for, let's see, a Selgor. Assuming you still have Draco, it always sees out damage. So always out damage, 160 equals kill. Let's see. So that means if it always sees out damage and it always kills, so only the other thing that could ever come in, or it sees kill. I mean, if you're -1 defense, 178 Togi sees kill, which is okay. This never sees out damage. So if you get liquidationed, it's 100, so it puts you at 172 to. So liquid and then liquid crit puts you at 150 to 177. Does one so 95 to plus 27 is 122. That's Selgor range. If it's 160 to 172, Goth sees kill at 175. So Goths can never signal beam here, which is important. So a Selgor. So So 161 at neutral defense to 175 is Goth. 176 to. When does. Yeah, you always see out damage. Because nothing sees kill at that if you're at 176. And -1 defense. So it would just go out damage. Exceligor, if you're at -1 defense. So yeah, the range where Gothitelle comes in is entirely contained within the range where of liquidation range. Or liquid crit. No. Nah, liquid could so 160 to 172 left after a non-crit liquid. So no, 118. So 158. No, 154. $172. So if it's a miss, it's always Exceligor. Wait, does because Exceligor always sees out damage? I think Exceligor is the better thing here. I would imagine. Okay, let me just preemptively put Hydra on the team, and then Edge 272. Let's say one. What is Edge range? 59 to 69 is 203 to 213. Okay, that is. Edge is always Exceligor. So if you're -1 defense, it's Togedemaru coming in, right? Instead of at 170. Instead of what's it called? What's it called? Exceligor doesn't kill. 161 to 178 Togi. Because my Togi completely eclipses that at that HP. And then 179 plus equals a Selgor. And then I think Crobat last. If I go Crobat last guy, how do I kill like Whiscash at all? How do I kill a lot of the back? So I would have to like. So what does Flygon crit rate take after that? 88 to 104, so push it 168 and 180, 168 to 184. Okay. Okay, Togi, this is... So if you get liquid, non-crit, but dropped, which is a 1 in 4, into 1 in 5 or whatever, it's a 1 in 20. So it's only Goth or Acceligor unless it doesn't crit and drops you, and low rolls, or it doesn't high roll rather. Oh, it's Goth slash Acceligor slash Togi on liquid. Okay, so what am I doing about this Acceligor? It's let's say random move, including spikes. White Herb Dragapult? That could be an option, White Herb. Look at a Speed Dropper. No. The thing is, I have to let it click spikes, potentially. And I could... Wait, what's the crit, double crit range? 130... It could also drop and then... Oh, Goth never comes in if it's on this. But I do like Crobat better in this situation. This Crobat, you'd switch in, you can click Defog until it clicks an attack, so it's only ever... And then Brave Bird, right? And only ever one layer of Spike Up, and then... So you get double crit. And I think Hydrate last guy is just the move. Let's say double crit, so 65 puts you at 205. And then Bug Buzz crit after a drop. It does 97, puts you at 108. And you... So you're always taking a hit, so it's at 240. And you take 80, so you're at 28. If you go Citrus, you go back up 67, which means you're never in this range. And you can U-turn on this. This always sees kill, so if it's a Celigor, you could go this, you would defog until it clicks that, you would Brave Bird. And it's this. If it goes Gothitelle, you U-turn, right? U-turn 37. You're guaranteeing Psychic, and you Dark Pulse kill. And then this comes in, and then you're there. Go to this, you kill, and then you bait Togedemaru, clicking... So 28 plus 67. You're clicking random Iron Tail Zing Zap. That's a bit of annoying, right? So I think the main issue is if it's Togedemaru ranges, right? It's a guaranteed Iron Tail. So far, how much HP has Hydra used? I think you want 135 for Wizcash, because you want to come in on not Dragon Dance. So Dark Pulse and Draco kills this. And so 135 is the minimum HP you want, and then Thunderbolt 57 puts at 192. So you want to be at least take 100 or less from this Togedemaru in the process of defeating it. So if it's Iron Tail, what's my switch in? So Togedemaru in. Let's. If I go this, there's a spike up, right? So if it's Togi directly, it's guaranteed. If Togi, Iron Tail. If Goth, you turn to Hydra. Full HP. Oh, you're Lumberry because you want to also block Hypnosis. So if you take Iron Tail on this, you get crit. Take 115. That's cringe. You can't switch on Iron Tail on this. You don't really have an Iron Tail. Okay. So if Goth, you turn to Hydra. Kill. If Brave Bird, and then so Iron Tail is like the what's it called? Biggest move on that. So on the lines where you have so U-turn, you can U-turn on both whenever Togi comes in on both lines, right? Like on both of those two lines, except for the one where it's on Flygon. Because of course that's annoying. Can I find a way to have Hydra kill this Togedemaru and be at above? Like if I use Hydra for the This is annoying. I have to think. What if it... but the thing is, Togekiss doesn't actually give me... doesn't do anything better for me. 20 and then 23 and then 38, 7. Like, you're taking 60%. And and this just doesn't work better than Crobat because Crobat for this because it lets less more spike up, and it lets Gothel come in with, so you would need Shed Shell. And you can't U-turn on it, which you want to be able to U-turn on the Gothitelle. So let's say it's TM Hydrate Earth Power here. So let's say you would, if Togi comes in on this the problem with it is Iron Tail. So if Togi comes in, it's at above 160 on Flygon, which means that you're actually can take damage on Urshifu, which is actually pretty relevant. If it's Goth, same. So the only one where you can't always take damage on Urshifu is... which the only way you need to preserve Urshifu HP is on lines where Flygon is... takes crit liquidation, which is a 1 in 64. Interesting. Because every time else you're fine. So how much HP can you afford to lose? So you need 167. The problem is if Trode always like had like proc citrus or whatever from like crit. 77 put at 161, right? Which is unfortunately barely not enough. Do I need Trode for... I could risk Trode. Wait, this is the first fight. I could risk Trode on Last Pearl. I really can. Probably. Because, like, if you switch in and it clicks Air Slash and you die, you just go back into B, you turn again. Congrats. That's, like, the easiest thing you can risk here. Like, the least, like... And the only way you would die there is in lines where you have to switch on, where you're switching on Togedemaru or Iron Tail. You take a crit. Like, if you don't get crit, you're at 77. Or you take 77, you're at 161. Actually, sometimes you raw die to that crit. You're kind of risking 2 crits whenever you switch Togi on Iron Tail. Is there a world where on Exceligor you let 2 spike or whatever, you U-turn? You don't need HP on Beezus, you just need it to be a warm body at this point, really. So Like, you could go slow U defog until it clicks spikes, slow U-turn with Crobat, and then Beezus. Beezus would be guaranteed Togedemaru because you show kill to that. I think that's better on lines where you have Togedemaru dead, right? Or is it? No, because you're baiting random move Whiscash, which is kind of cringe. Okay, let's look at the Exceligor line. Like, Exceligor... Like, there's even lines, if you get min-rolled by a liquid crit, you could still have enough HP for what's it called? For Flygon to do the thing on the other fight. So if it's Iron Tail, how much? So Shifu and Iron Tail. Unfortunately, Surging Strikes is not a kill. So on the Togi line, you can't U-turn with Flygon, unfortunately. If you're baiting, the problem is if you're baiting Zingzap Iron Tail. Well, if you're going, no, even with Spike Up. Okay, can Urshifu come in with one spike on an Iron Tail? 90, so 120, 221. And 311 over 8 is 38, right? Yeah. And then 221 minus 38 is 183. So, Shifu... So that's good to know. Shifu could come in on Iron Tail with one spike up. If it's Iron Tail Zingzap, you have to risk Electrode. So if you do risk Electrode and then you Volt Switch out, it's guaranteed Iron Tail, right? And then you Volt Switch, it's free, and then you go into Urshifu. You would... So you can't use Urshifu to kill it when Goth is still alive, because then that's just truck. Because Gothitelle alive does it just... As long as if you do not... It just always... If Exceligor's not alive, it's always Gothitelle. So good thing on the non-Togi lines, Togi is always dead. So if it's Iron Tail, the thing is you have to go... So if you go Trode, you Volt Switch on the Togi line. You're baiting Iron Tail. Take a crit on Hydre. You're at 94. No, wait. 92? No. 94, yeah. And then you go. Let's say you go Earth Power TM, because you still have Aura Sphere. Yeah. You could just go Earth. I think Earth Power TM is a perfectly acceptable use here. Let's say you're at 94, and it's the Togi line. So Togi line. So you scale. I think Earth Power is like, yeah, Earth Power is definitely fine. It's not a very good TM to E4. Togi in line. So on Iron. So you're risking a crit. I think that's... No, wait. You're risking a crit on Sigilyph, because if you get crit from... What's it called? On the switch from... On Iron Tail. You're like getting... And there's a spike up. You want a spike up, actually. You actually want a spike up. You turn... to... What if you go U-turn to Hydre? So you use your Earth Power TM here. I think that's completely acceptable. I think that's a good use of your Earth Power TM. I'm surprised I have my Earth Power TM. So it could be it could be Gothitelle. If it's not Whiscash never sees out damage. It's always Gothitelle on a Hydre. It could be after EP kill. Signal hypnosis. Okay. That's kind of cringe. That's really cringe, actually. That's so fucking cringe on this line. I think yeah, that's pretty bad if you take a crit. Or actually just in general, because you would have to U-turn out. And you really don't want to get Signal Beam. Like, Signal Beam confused on Crobat's really bad. Actually, Crobat's at full HP here. Maybe you could go Lum Crobat. What if you went Lum Crobat? Let's say Lum Crobat question mark question mark question mark. So what if it's, let's look at 2 Spike. Let's say you go Fly. Instead, Flybat. So you have 2 Crobat. So let's say Lum Crobat now. You U-turn out. So you don't need the HP anymore because Gothitel's in. So you go into Crobat, you U-turn out to Hydre on Psychic. Kill with Deep Pulse. So Iron Tail, so you kill with Dark Pulse. Now, no, if it's Togean, it's Exceligor. Crobat. Okay. So what if you just go Fly instead? So now you want to use Fly because you can't afford the HP. Fly gives you more HP, but at the cost of letting up an extra spike potentially. Actually, it guarantees a spike up, maybe 2, because it's guaranteed to spike on turn 2 of Fly. So Crobat baits Goth, Hydre. So you're at 94 on Hydre at max, right? Or at lowest, right? What if... And then in this line, Hydre comes in, you would U-turn, Hydre, and then you just kill. Wait. The problem is it can click Thunderbolt. 57. So this is the line where you probably can't, no. This is a line where you can let Shifu take damage. So you Hydra, kill this. Whiscash is in. So you can U-turn. It's Waterfall, right? So it's guaranteed Waterfall if 67 68, then Hydra, Depulse, U-turn, GG. Okay, that works. If it's on this line, if it's and then if you're above, so how often do you get put at 68? So I'm assuming that you need to be T-bolted. So you need it's like very unlikely. Let's say 50. So 57. You have to be first. Like there has to be a lot of Iron Tail crit, right? That's the only thing that enables that, right? Let's say it has to crit, and it has to hit this into a T-bolt. It's very unlikely. If not, you turn to... So there's 2 layers of spike up. 2 spike, which is 311 times 3 over 16. 58. 3 minus 50, it's 253. You can go to 193. So Shifu can take one round of spikes and one. So Flygon's safe. Shifu can take damage. This is a Shifu. Shifu can take damage line. And then so you U-turn 60 does push it 262. So you have Earth power. Why don't you put Lumberry Fly on Crobat? Let's go grab my Choice Scarf real quick. And get Earth Power ready. Let's say that line is... Yeah, to do that, I think this is... So you have to be super fiction. This line is already 1 in 20. Less than 1 in 20. Plus for that turn, you have to be Iron Tail crit, which is that. Let's actually go into the fiddle. It's like 132. 189. Like, you're fine on that, right? Yeah, you're more than fine, in fact. God, I love that Hydra just ignores spikes. What a wonderful Pokemon. Okay, most rolls are triple crit, but it's a triple crit. So on this line, let's look at non-crit. Put non-crit waterfall in there for fun. Huh. So it is very rare instances where so you have to be double crit previously, and it has to hit a range. 292 minus 68 is 224. That's the HP that you're. Actually, 225 is the mad damage you have to take. So it's like 80. Most double crits. Point is, you U-turn, Zen, or Waterfall. What if so? On these lines, it's Flygon at what's Flygon at like 161. So Flygon eats the fuck out of Waterfall, so you're at 40. Thing is, you can bait Zen after another Waterfall. Can you take 2 spikes plus Zen? No, I'm not even gonna bother. So Flygon U-turn, so 26, so 56 plus, and then so 206. Like hypothetically, and then that would let Urshifu kill with CC. If you could finagle that to be. So the thing is, you're dead to Waterfall crit, so. So you go U-turn, you U-turn, and then you force. Hmm. I would want a slow pivot, because if you could slow pivot, there'd be a lot of stuff you could do. Like, if it doesn't crit, it's probably not gonna see Waterfall. What if it was Life Orb? So Life Orb is 27 damage, right? Can I take the Togi line out of the equation with that? So when does this see out damage to me now after Life Orb? I could. It's not unreasonable to drop Draco here. Like to drop, well, 196 point 160 over 0.74. 216. And then when does Goth outdamage Lorb? 175 over 0.74. 236. So 172 minus 27 would be 145, right? Which would always be Goth. And then the liquid line. And you're still like the whole like you can only be you're only dead to you're still safe on the same exact what's it called lines for the Evire stuff. Uh 68 to 95 on that. So 127 to 145, so no Togi ever. So you never have to switch in with Togi. So let's say 176 to 186 on that. So with if you get edged, so 272 turns into 245, right? So that means Excel is still on that. So and then Excel sees out damage there. Nothing else sees kill. So Goth kills 175. Wait, that's pretty sick. So so if you get crit on by non-crit edge, it's always Exceligor now still because it always sees out damage if it's 168 to 184. Turns into 121 to 157, which is always no 141. Okay. So it's and then that wipes out the board to always be Exceligor. Unless you specifically get liquid non-crit at all. Then it goes here because 143, 127 to 143. Wait. Oh, it's always just Exceligor now. What the fuck? Wait, except for no. The specifically Wait, it's always Exceligor. Holy shit. Holy shit. I solved it. Cuz let me just put this in here. Or just make this on stream. Let's say so HP equals 272. Life orb equals 27. Equals 272 minus 27. So miss. No crit. So $196. $175. And take 182. Because, yeah, Togi does either 120 or 178. Liquid drop. So liquid, let me just copy paste the rolls real quick. That's Stone Edge. Let's make sure. So Gothel takes 73%. Excelgor takes 73. Huh, that's cool. So neither of these out damage, right? So neither of these out damage, so therefore that's, and then so liquidation is, all right, let me grab the liquidation rolls. 100 to 118, 150, 177. So all of these four, Excelgor sees kill on all those. And because these are Stone Edge, Togi doesn't see kill. So then it's out damage, and Excelgor always sees out damage on both of those. So it's always Excelgor. Yes! With Life Orb. Perfect. I see the vision. Okay, so that converges the line. That's huge. It doesn't matter what move. It just... Crobat. It's just two lines now. It's... Is Flygon healthy enough to use so that I don't need to bait Focus Blast, or is, well, am I healthy enough with both on? Can I do? Is Flygon healthy enough? Is the question now, rather than Lumberry Hydrite, Electrode. Let's see. Last Pearl, Beezus, Leech, Cryo, Bait, Siggy, Slow Kill, U-turn into if lethal, go Shifu into Trode. Might be risking crit here, no cap. Volt switch into Shifu. Bait Evire, T-Bolt. Pivot to Flygon and back. On Weather Ball and sometimes Focus Blast. Click CC 3 times. Win. Okay. Last Pearl is good. Okay, that's really nice. I can't believe I... Okay, then that converges. So you can be... So, sometimes you're baiting Spike, sometimes you're baiting Random Move. Crobat. B, U-turn into Flygon on Random Liquid. Edge. Kill with First Impression. Bait Excelgor. Random. If Flygon health above 122. If Flygon below 122. I'll do that for when the lines diverge eventually. Crobat. If get spiked, don't. Well, attack until defog until it attacks. Kill with Brave B-Bird. Lowest HP 95. Bait Goth. You're guaranteed taking an attack here. Without a crit. Well, without getting with if you switch it on, let's say double crit, just 65, 130, 140. So 240, 214. You're taking 71, so you're at 70, 69 plus 67, 136. Yeah, if you get like you're just baiting T-Bolt normally, I think. I'm just gonna assume you're always baiting T-Bolt. Goth, you turn into Hydra on Psychic T-Bolt. Lum. Kill. Take 57 max, so at 292, 242, 235 min. Right? 235? Yeah, 235. And then Togi in. Dark Pulse. Bait Togi, Iron Tail. One spike up max. So Togi, Iron Tail. How much is... So if it's Togi, Iron Tail, you just go you U-turn to Shifu, right? Wait, this is perfect because you're never baiting Zings after, so that removes that part of the line. So U-turn, so you don't need Earth Power, right? Unless in this line, because Goth is dead, so you can afford to kill this with Shifu. So Iron Tail into Shifu does 90. So let's look at the lines where it can. Now this is that line, I believe. So where if you're at full, you were just surging strikes. You'd bait this Earthquake Zen. You turn to that. I think this is safe, right? With one spike, which is 38. 38, 128. So you're at taking 17. So 211, 200 minus 17 is 183, which is fine. So Flagon, hard, no, U-turn, Shifu on Iron Tail, take a spikes, and Iron Tail leaves you at max, or at lowest, 183 damage HP, which is chill. Kill with CC or strikes. Bait Whiscash. So you're at 235 on Hydra, which is actually chill. It's like really chill. So Whiscash can never Dragon Dance because you're faster and you're two-shot. And so it's always just Hydra on EP on EQ Zen. Kill with Depulse into Draco. Take 67 max from... Okay, that would work. So now, if you are that below that HP, can you afford to just stay in? So you're at 235. Like, you can stay in it in the sense that it doesn't kill you. Like, if you're Earth Power, do you need Earth Power here? Like, you U-turn, and then you go. So the thing is here, you can't switch Urshifu on this. So Flygon's also less than 122 HP, so you can't switch in on an Iron Tail. The thing is, if you go into Trode, how does that help you? Like, you're just baiting another Iron Tail, and you're going back into fucking Hydra. Like, big whoop. You're guaranteeing Iron Tail. Is that useful? So you're out of commission here against this. I need 6. If I can kill this with 67 HP on Hydra, and not having clicked Draco, that's important. I'm, okay. It's like, do you get something else other than Earth Power? So, like, hypothetically, if you're at 235, you take Iron Tail crit, you get 37. You just die to Waterfall. That's a no good. You only need Cherry Berry, by the way. You can't even take the Spikes chip here. If you went Grass Gem Electrode, you could potentially. So it's a Waterfall crit plus Spike. 77, 161. Spike is 28. No, 29. So 132. And then you do like Grass Gem, Energy Ball, but then you're risking crit. I mean, no biggie. Because you've already. Because in order for. No, you can't just kill this with Togi. Because if you have Earth Power, right? Because you can't. You're gonna either put into Salic somehow. The only way you can't put into Salic is with Draco, and you can't really do that. Wait, what's my hidden power on Electrode? I think it's like fucking grass or some useless shit. Rock. If it was HP ground, I might be able to do something with it. Like hidden power ground. Oh no, that doesn't even kill. That's kind of sad. I'm not gonna lie. So like if you're at a stat HP on Hydra, it's like if you take a Psychic, you're chill, right? Like if you Rock Tombed, so it's only Liquid Crit that puts me in danger. And well, needing that. So if it's liquid crit, you're at 95. 68 to 95. Everything else you're fine. So liquid crit is a 1 in 64 to start. So that's the only situation in which you're not safe. 1 in 64 for unsafe Shifu line. Okay. And then, like, hypothetically, Rock Smash doesn't work. Like, Aura Sphere, which is what's currently in that slot, just puts into Salic, and that's awful. You have to U-turn anyways because you don't want to take this Iron Tail. Beezus can't switch in. Flygon can't switch in because you're dead to it. You can't switch in because you need HP. Okay, what if on that you can try and sack Electrode? Instead of going hard Flygon, like hard Shifu, you sack Electrode or something. I think Electrode's the least valuable guy on this team, and you come back into Shifu. I think 1 in 64 for Electrode to die is acceptable. Because then, and like also just miss Iron Tail, and then you just click, and then you come in on Iron Tail miss, and then just like, and then just like it's free. Like who cares? Like and then you do the thing. Dare I say you can go Grass Gem? If you're dead with Hydre, you can 164 to use Grass. I think Electro, like this. If you sack Electrode, it's free. Okay, I see it. Let's see, Drill Run. Like, if I could somehow get no, you don't need Earth Power. You're not clicking Earth Power. So keep pressing that. Brave Bird, you turn Fly. Yeah. First Impression, Brick Break. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Volt Switch. Let's see. Citrus, Choice Scarf. Oh, your Life Orb. Lumberry, no, your Citrus. Lumberry, Beezicite. Oh, nice. Okay. Perfect. Okay, we're safe. This is always Exceligor. Nice. Okay, there is Spike Up. 150. Always, it's usually these T-bolts. Okay. Togedemaru, a U-turn. Do whatever I want here. Just Surging Strikes because it's funny. Yeah, this just owns this. This is never... This is Sigalith. This is Electivire, so this, this, close combat, GG's. Why is it not a last sprite, by the way? W. Okay, this double. I'm gonna do this double and I have to dip. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, I have Tiffany and Olivia planned. I don't have Juan planned. I am not going to do Juan tonight. I have somewhere to be. I'm in fact late, but I don't fucking care. I'm a boss. Let's see. Blaziken. Thundy. Now I teach Thunderbolt. Kumalo. There's Kumalo. Level 89 is fine. I'm I'm about to level up on it too. Prim and Urshifu. And whatever slot I want, so I'm going to bring this guy as a sack, just in case. No item. Choice spec, so I need to go grab that. No item. Prim, no item. Wait. Yeah, it's specifically no item. Rock Tomb on Shifu. Yeah, okay. That's everything. So, bird slot 1. Oh, wait. Let me just open up research usage and put the TM usage in there. Let's see. Blaze can protect, Psychic, stun you spec Psychic. Blaze can come over and pump. Kill Ryan with T-Bolt, bait Manda Buzz. T-Bolt, kill that. Kill that with T-Bolt, Como, bait Como. Yeah, Thunder bait Arctivish. Thunder Arctivish dead. So, if it's Empoleon on the left, I am left guying this. Okay, cool. Detect. Thunderbolt. This to Como. Thunderbolt. Is this CC here? Yes. I mean, I could even... No, yeah, I have to CC here. It does. I don't show kill to this. Thunderbolt. Now, protect because I am dead to Como. And Thunderbolt. Huh? Wait, that's a spread move? Huh? Okay. Whoops. This is +1. Como is dead to... It's 175. Oh, I should have figured. I'm brain dead. Only ever showing Clanging Scales to Thundy, and it's Prim is only ever no, not Prim. Komodo, where's Komodo? Uh, Guaranteed Aurasphere Clanging Scales in this slot. So I think I can go Flinchy into a slot, right? Does Flinchy bait? No, Flinchy doesn't bait a move. I am pretty sure that Thundy. I can go Thundy on the Togekiss slot and like and Prim is safe to just stay in. Okay. So Togekiss here and Prim on the other slot. This is guaranteed Flash Cannon on the slot, so I'll just go here and Draining Kiss, right? No reason. Actually, no, it's just Moonblast, right? I could do that. And because Shifu just. Well, good thing I brought Togekiss, actually. Uh, yeah, Shifu just owns this stupid ass. Yeah, just Moonblast here. 230. Dumb bitch. Rock Tomb into Moonblast. Ooh, that could have. Oh, this Como is one speed faster than my Urshifu. How did I not catch that? Anyway. Whew. For funsies, let me look at this Clanging Scales calc on Urshifu. So, I was dead to crit. Wonderful. And I would have had to play around free Ice Shard. Just straight up killing sometimes, maybe. Hello, Juan. That was so fraudulent. Okay, I'm going to dippage out. Yeah, that was could have been very bad. Glad it wasn't bad. Okay, let's look for someone to raid. I'm gonna raid Frank Josh. Alright. Oh, Gremmy's also live.